Good morning, children. Hope you all are doing great. So, children, today I am going to explain you about uh, two other gland, which is pancreas and thyroid gland. Okay. So, before that, you should know, children, that glands are divided in our body. Glands are divided into two categories: endocrine gland and exocrine gland. What is the difference between the two? So here I am showing you there are 5 points along with the examples. So you can see, children, that endocrine glands is they are ductless gland. Okay, ductless means they do not have the tube like structures. Okay, they do not have the tube, like if we have the blood vessels is like a tube. In that tube or pipe like structure only blood flows throughout our body. Okay, all the parts of our body. We have the lymphatic vessels also, so they are the ductless vessels or ductless gland. Whereas the exocrine, they have the ducts. Now they secrete, endocrine glands, they secrete hormones. So this is the chapter about the endocrine glands, and 4 are given. 4 are the main glands that included in your syllabus. Next is second point of exocrine is they secrete enzymes and other useful substances. Can be proteins, can be any other catalyst or any other thing. Now, or pigments, anything. Now their secretion, endocrine secretion, are always act away from the site of secretion. Okay, so but the exocrine, they can be act away or at the proper site of secretion. Fourth question is secretion are transported by way of blood. So to all these hormones absorbed by the blood, and then they mixes with the blood, and then our cells get it. The same, but they have the ducts, as you know that exocrine, as I said, they have the ducts. So they have the they secrete these enzymes or other pigments or other proteins, other substances into their ducts, respective ducts. Okay, example is all the pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, and pancreatic gland, pancreas. So all the 4 comes under endocrine system. And sweat gland, sebaceous gland, that you have learned in that class 9, that it is present in the skin, that these glands are exocrine glands. So sometimes in the paper they are asking what is the difference between the two. So you should know that they are ductless, they have ducts, they secrete hormones, they secrete enzymes or other useful substances. They just secrete or they just act away from the side. They can be away or they can be at the side. They secrete it by the way of blood, but they have the ducts, so they use that ducts only. And the examples. So I hope you understood. Now children, next one is pancreas. So pancreas, it is what do you know by pancreas? So in the last chapter I told you that pancreas, all the glands location, where it is located, what is the function, what the over secretion and under secretion of the hormones, what are their effects, all matters. So pancreas is both the exocrine as well as endocrine gland, and where it is located just below the stomach. I have shown you the picture. You can see figure 12.1, which is given in page number 154. Okay, so it is just located below the stomach in the loop of duodenum of small intestine. So pancreas, they contain the 2 types of cells. First one is achini and second one is islet of Langerhans. Okay, so you can see. So this achini, they secrete the pancreatic juice. So here you can see the hormone secreting cells and enzyme secreting cells. So 2 cells are there. So this enzyme secreting cells is achini. It is not mentioned, I think, in yes, in this book it is not mentioned. So this achini secrete the pancreatic juice, which is very important in the process of digestion process. Okay, because this pancreatic juice pour into the duodenum and helps in the digestion. Okay, which is secreted by achini cells. On the other hand, the ductless gland, which is a hormone secreting gland, so here they are just microscopic structure they are showing, is called slits of Langerhans. So this is you can see here they are scattered dot like structures, they are slit of Langerhans. These cells produce three hormones: insulin, so you should remember the hormone which is secreted by slits of Langerhans, which is a part of the pancreas. Okay, remember this term. So hormone name is insulin, glucagon and somatostatin. Out of these three, the somatostatin, which is secreted from delta cells, is excluded, is not involved in your chapter syllabus. Only you have to remember about the insulin and glucagon. Okay, now these two are separated, all the three are separated from different cells of pancreas. So beta cells is secreted insulin, alpha glucagon and delta somatostatin. Okay, so remember this insulin secreted by beta cell of slits of Langerhans. So because they are asking now about the insulin, what is insulin? So as I said, insulin secreted by beta cells, and what is the it checks the rise in sugar, amount of sugar. Rise means amount of sugar present in the present in the blood. So there are two principles of this insulin. What it do? It promotes the glucose utilization. Like our body uses glucose because we need glucose for releasing energy, for getting energy. Glucose is a fuel for our body, as you know. So insulin through the feedback mechanism, and it reduces the blood sugar, okay, amount of sugar in the blood. Second one is it stimulates the deposition of extra glucose. So it stimulates extra sugar, it converted into the glycogen, so in the liver, and it helps in the liver and other muscles, so that it convert the extra sugar into the glycogen, so that the blood sugar will not increase. Okay, now next point is, as I said, what happened when under secretion means, as you can see here, under secretion and over secretion. I have explained you that under means hypo, okay, so insufficient secretion of insulin. Okay, so under secretion of insulin causes two disease. So here one is given only. So diabetes mellitus, which is diabetes, you all know. It is also known as hyperglycemia. So hyperglycemia, remember this term, biological term also. Now the mellitus diseases comes means honey. So just what happened in this? So it affects few symptoms. So it shows some few symptoms. First, it increase the high concentration of sugar in the blood. Hyper means, as it is in hyper, so hyper means excess. Okay, and they are showing the that meaning of this hyperglycemia. So you can read, it excrete great deal of urine loaded with sugar. So urine, the diabetic patients, their urine, the sugar content is very high in their urine, and they feel thirsty also, they feel urge to pass urine also, because of the loss of water through too much urination. So they have that urge to urinate also, and due to that they feel thirsty, because water along with this high amount of sugar is removing from their body. Now they shows the weight loss also, and they become weak. So you can read all the symptoms, and the main symptoms is they loses their eyesight. They can be blind also if high severe condition of diabetes mellitus, they can be blind. Okay, so it affects their eyesight severely. Next is over secretion. If the body will over secrete the insulin, so what will happen? That condition is called hypoglycemia. Okay, so sugar level in the blood is lowered, so hypoglycemia, and in that case, when our body is releasing high amount of pancreas, beta cells of islet of Langerhans secreting high amount of insulin in the body, so our brain will get the state of coma. Okay, coma. So coma can be done, and if the level becomes too low, okay, within a few minutes, person can die also. Now a similar thing can happen with the overdose. Overdose also, patient will become unconscious, and that condition is called insulin shock. So you should remember, and in that, if a person is having diabetic, so they should carry some sweet things along with them in their purse and all, because this glucose level is shooting in their blood, in their body. So sometimes they can feel the unconscious, so they can easily eat the biscuit, one bite of biscuit or any sugar candy, so immediately their body will get the sugar. Now this box you can see, so it doesn't mean that insulin converts the glucose to glycogen. What is the real purpose of the insulin that is secreted by beta cell? That insulin enables the cell so that it can absorb the glucose. Okay, because what is the main aim of insulin? To reduce the amount of blood sugar, okay, sugar level in our body. Second hormone is glucagon, which is secreted from the alpha cells of islet of Langerhans. So you should remember this: alpha cell secreted which hormone, beta cell secreted which hormone, okay, which hormone is secreted by alpha cell and beta cell. Now it stimulates the breakdown. What is the use of this? It break down the glycogen into the glucose inside the liver. This reaction occurs, breakdown of glycogen occurs inside the glucose. I will show you the diagram also. Thus it raises the sugar level in the blood. So this insulin is, you can say, it is suppressing, it is trying to reduce the glucose level, whereas glycogen breaking glucagon breaking the glycogen and converted into glucose. So it is increasing. So both the level for a normal body person, both the hormones secretion should be normal. Okay, otherwise it will affect the functions of each other. Now, so this is a box. In this box you can see very shortly it is given that insulin, everything is given in. If you will understand this box, you can write and you can remember the important points. Insulin, as it is written in the bracket, from, as I told you also children, that it is secreted by beta cells, right, and it promotes glucose uptake so that our body will take up the glucose, and it stimulates the deposition of extra glucose. So that liver is produces converting, as I said, you can see here. I will show you. First let me finish this. Okay, so I will that glycogen converted into glucose by liver cell and muscles. So that also is stimulated by, or just in this our insulin. Now deficiency causes diabetes mellitus, so you should remember, and excess causes nerve cell starvation and brain coma also. All right. Now glucagon, which is secreted by alpha cells, it stimulates liver, so that liver can convert glycogen into the glucose. This third one is not given in your syllabus, but it is secreted by delta cells. And what is the use of this? It inhibits the secretion of both the above hormones, insulin and glucagon. Okay, so this you will learn in the higher classes. Now children, you can see this picture. In this picture, figure 12.4, they are showing that glycogen, beta cell is secreted the insulin, and beta cell is secreted the insulin, which insulin lowers our blood sugar. Okay, and alpha cell secreted the glycogen. What will do? Which stimulate the glycogen breakdown inside the liver. So in the liver you can see this cycle, glycogen converted into the glucose. Okay, so the cycle is going on, and then so it raises the sugar. Glycogen raises the directly it raises the blood sugar, and insulin lowers the blood sugar. All right, so low blood sugar promotes the glycogen. If in our body low blood sugar is there, if our body is detecting low blood sugar, then what will happen, this glucagon start generating more or start breaking down more this glycogen to glucose, okay, and fulfill the our requirement. And if high blood sugar is there, for example we are eating after digestion, you know, our body is having the high blood sugar, so it will just release or secrete the insulin, okay, in high amount, so that insulin control the or stimulate the blood glucose, so that our body cells can take up the glucose, okay, remote cells take up the glucose. So like this only they are just maintaining the equilibrium between the two hormones. So very good picture is given here. Now children, next hormone is thyroid hormone. You can see this butterfly hormone. So it is bilobed. So here is a one lobe, here is another lobe, and it is attached near the, you can see esophagus is given, larynx is given. You all are familiar with these terms. Now thyroid gland and parathyroid. So there are two glands are there inside the thyroid region, thyroid gland and parathyroid gland, okay. So now thyroid gland is situated in front of the neck, just below the larynx. You can see here butterfly like, and there you should remember their two lobes are attached with the isthmus, okay. So this is isthmus, you should remember, two glands are attached by isthmus. Now they are asking, so those secrete the two hormones, thyroxine hormone again and calcitonin. So calcitonin again, the thyroxine is given in your book, in your syllabus only, so we will learn about it. Calcitonin is not included in your syllabus. Now children, thyroxine release, what thyroxine, you know, it regulates the basal metabolism. What is this? Basal metabolism means the cellular rate of cellular oxidation resulting in heat production as well. So basically it has in the body temperature, okay, mental, you can see here it helps in the mental development, ossification of bones, formation of bones and all, growth of our body, all is related to that, all is stimulated by this thyroxine, okay. So that is how cell oxidize. So an increase in the secretion increases metabolism and decreases. So all the metabolism is affected by whether it is carbohydrate, protein or any fat metabolism or any kind of metabolism is directly affected by thyroxine hormone, okay. If under secretion, what it we do? So under secretion is also called as hypothyroidism. So you can see here in the bracket. So if people are having the low level of thyroxine, they will suffer from the Goiter disease. So Goiter, Cretinism and Mixoderma. So these three are the main conditions, okay. Insufficient secretion of thyroxine in our body causes these three diseases. Goiter, you know, due to the that deficiency of iodine it is happening. So simple goiter is, what is this? It is the enlargement of thyroid gland. So this thyroid gland swollen, okay. So you can see the picture, slowing of the neck. Next is as I said, it is the deficiency of iodine it occurs, and it is mostly common in the hilly areas where the soil is deficient with iodine. So few basic things you know from the lower classes, children. Now cretinism, second disease is cretinism. So what happened? So in this condition it affects the growth in the child. So child growth in the mental growth and physical growth, okay. So mental retardation, also dwarfism also. So this is happened due to the defect in the thyroid gland. Next is Mixoderma. So Mixoderma is a condition that affects the adult mostly. So thyroid doesn't proper well, and it will not produce the thyroxine hormone, and the person will become their hands and face will become swell up and sluggish also, okay. Now pale skin and all. So you should remember all the three diseases name and their symptoms. Now over secretion, if what will happen if that, so you can see this lady picture. So the over secretion is called hyperthyroidism, thyroidism. So excess of thyroxine causes another kind of goiter, which is called exophthalmic goiter, which is called outgrowth. So person having some symptoms, they are showing. What is the symptoms? Their heartbeat will be increased, breath, shortness of the breath, a marked increase in metabolic rate. Okay, so metabolic rate increases, and eyes are protruded. You can see the expansion of the eyes, and forms a goiter, and little bit goiter also, small kind of goiter. Okay, because it is a kind of goiter, but it is a different kind of goiter. Now in the goiter, a person is not having such heartbeat and shortness of breathing problem. Now what happened, again it is given, you can see in a box, simple goiter, Cretinism, Mixoderma. Their symptoms are given here in case of under secretion of thyroxine hormone, and hyper secretion, exophthalmic goiter. So you should know the under secretion and hyper secretion diseases name, their symptoms. Okay. So children, today I have explained you about the pancreas and the thyroid gland. So you should remember, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. So thank you children, and have a nice day. God bless you all.